USS Vicksburg carries awesome firepower. Its decks house more than 100 cruise missile launchers. We flew aboard off the coast of northwest Scotland. This is where the Vicksburg is leading a NATO maritime group, which includes that Turkish frigate, as well as ships from Germany and Canada.
Hey, Station 6, man ready.
They've joined 50 other ships and submarines for
Range 2,800 yards.
Joint Warrior, huge British-led exercises involving around 13,000 personnel
Range 4,000.
from 14 countries. NATO says this exercise is not a response to any particular threat, but it comes at a time when the Russian military is consistently pushing and testing this region's defenses. Over the last year, Russian long-range bombers have repeatedly approached NATO airspace without turning on transponders or filing flight plans. NATO jets frequently intercept them, as this Russian military video shows. Rear Admiral Brad Williamson commands this NATO maritime group. He says today's tensions remind him of when he first went to sea during the Cold War.
It was an us and them mentality, and I think we saw forces patrolling areas back then that we now see them doing again, and I think it reminds us that we have to be ready as an alliance, and I think that's what this exercise helps us do.
We don't know the details of the secret pretend scenarios being played out on this ocean, but their importance is clear as NATO's real-world adversary increasingly tests the capabilities of the military alliance. Bill Black, CNN, on the USS Vicksburg.
Let's do Spring Black Friday. Let's save on every blooming thing, every trimming thing, every grilling thing. Spring Black Friday is here. Let's do this. Celebrate spring with these great offers. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
Talk more about this with former NATO Supreme Allied Commander General Wesley Clark. He's also author of, quote, Don't Wait for the Next War, and a retired four-star general. Sir, as always, thank you for being here. This seems like a pretty dire warning from the Admiral. Russian missiles in range of the U.S., KH-101s. If they go operational, what then? Could that spark a new arms race of some sort?
Well, they will go operational. There's no doubt about that. And yes, there is an arms race that's coming. We just have to face the fact that Russia is coming back. Under Vladimir Putin, as President Obama said, he's got a foot firmly in the Soviet past. Now, all these bomber patrols are part of Putin's strategy. He wants to rebuild the Soviet space. So he's in Ukraine, but he wants to send a warning to the rest of the world about Russia's military power. And they're in about the 5th or 6th year of a major military overhaul that started after the Russian invasion of the former Soviet Republic of Georgia in 2008. So we've been involved in the Middle East. We're worried about ISIS. We're worried about terrorism. There are lots of threats. But this is a different kind of threat. This is a threat to the stability of the international order, to NATO, to the European Union, to the system of structuring of the world that we've taken for granted.